at Cumbrecita right now, a small German village in the Sierras de Cordoba. Behind me is El Lago de las Truchas. I'm Nikki. Let's see how I got here.
It was virtually impossible to find information online to get bus schedules in 2022, which is a little bit shocking. So if you're from the Argentinian Tourism Board and you want a consultant, I'm game. I had to come to the physical bus station, go down to the basement, and scan all of the bus companies looking for the name of the city that I wanted to go to. And then once I saw the city I wanted, I went to that bus company and bought a ticket. It should not be that difficult to get a bus ticket to another city in 2022.
I just arrived to Belgrano, and the bus terminal is just behind me, which is in the northwest of the city. The drive only took 2 hours. I went quickly. I did get a little bit car sick going up the mountains, but it was okay. It's funny because I actually came to Belgrano about 17 years ago, so seeing the benches in front of the bus terminal really brought back memories, and I can think of specific photos that I have sitting on those benches. And it turns out I'm only about 5 minutes walking from my hotel, so I'm gonna go first, see if I can drop off my backpack, and then go have lunch. The check-in at my hotel isn't actually until 2 o'clock, so when I went, there was nobody there at reception. So I'm here with my backpack and I came to the downtown to have lunch. I'll just hang out here for the next hour and a half until I can go back and check in. I'm staying at a place called Cabañas del Milagro, which has rooms and cabañas. It's about 5 minutes walking from the bus terminal. It's only a 7 to 8 minute walk from the downtown. There's a swimming pool and breakfast is provided in the morning. The room is simple, but it has everything I need: a bathroom, a shower, a bed. I checked in just now and the woman at the reception told me about Cerro de la Virgen. It's a small hike up a mountain. I don't know what to expect, but I'm gonna go do it. So I'm gonna change my clothes, have a quick look around the downtown, and head up to the Cerro.
When you look around Belgrano, it is not a place that you expect to see in Argentina, let alone South America. That is, until you learn about the history of immigration of Germans and Swiss to South America in the first half of the 20th century, especially after World War II, if you know what I mean. It's a small village in the province of Cordoba in the Sierras, and it's one of the most touristed destinations in Argentina, particularly in the province of Cordoba. Because of the Germanic influence, you can see German architecture, strudel, schnitzel, German beer. It feels very European and very alpine. They even have their own Oktoberfest here in this town and an entire park for it. It's actually the 3rd biggest Oktoberfest in the world after Munich and one in the south of Brazil.
Hola, me llamo Ada, soy de Villa General Belgrano, Córdoba, Argentina, y este es un pueblo que se maneja mucho por el turismo, así que estamos muy felices de que Nikki venga a visitarnos acá y que nos dé un lindo momento para vivir.
Hola, me llamo Lorenzo Ábalos y bueno, a mí lo que me gusta de Villa es su paisaje. Vivo acá hace 10 años y bueno, la verdad que siempre estuve encantado.
It's also one of the places in Cordoba that everyone asks if I have been to. And yes, I came one time 17 years ago, But now I'm back, so I can actually say that I remember it this time. I've just arrived to the base of Cerro de la Virgen now. It's really easy to find, it's just off the highway, and according to the sign at the bottom, it's 60 minutes one way, so just going up is 60 minutes, and the difficulty level is medium. It's really sunny right now, it's about 4 o'clock. So let's see how sweaty I'm gonna be by the time I get to the top. Well, there are definitely some steep spots, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit harder than I expected. The woman at my hotel made it sound like it was quick and easy, no big deal, up and down. And so when I saw that it said medium level at the bottom, I was like, whatever, I hike all the time. But this is no joke. It's really steep. I think I'm about halfway and it's really hot. The heat is really what's getting to me. Bring lots of water. I just turned the corner. I saw the little teepee looking thing up there. I'm almost there. I made it. I got the Virgin behind me, an amazing view in front of me, fresh air. Going up was definitely hard work, but once you get there, it's worth it. The view is amazing. The breeze going through is really refreshing after hiking all that way. And every single person that I've met on this trail is incredibly friendly. If you're up for it, I recommend. So now, here it goes in La Bajada, going down, which is always a little bit harder on the knees, but at least a little bit easier work. Steps later, I'm back at my hotel. I'm ready to relax and shower and then go see if I can get one of those German beers. Hotel breakfast for some reason, and that's one of the reasons that I chose this hotel. I actually first found it on booking.com. I didn't want to do that because I would have to pay with a credit card and get the red dollar. So I ended up finding their website online and then sent them a WhatsApp, and then we worked it out directly where I could give them a credit card temporarily and then I could pay in cash once I arrived.
¿Cómo estás?
Bueno, sí, quería ir a la Cumbrecita a las 10.
Bueno.
Y una pregunta, para la vuelta hay que decidir la hora ahora.
No, allá cuando bajas. Yo te puedo dar el boleto acá de ida y vuelta y allá cuando bajas reservas el horario de regreso.
Dale, ok, ida y vuelta.
¿Ida y vuelta?
Sí.
¿Uno?
Sí.
Tenemos entonces uno para ir a las 10.
Sí.
y este sería el regreso, que allá vas a continuar el horario. ¿Sí?
Ah, perfecto, gracias.
960.
Gracias. Gracias. Hasta luego. The bus just arrived. It took about 1 hour, maybe a little bit more. And as soon as you get off the bus, you have to book your time for your return. So I'm going back at 5:30. I just went to the boleteria to do that. And now I'm entering Cumbrecita. They say that La Cumbrecita is the primer pueblo peatonal, which is like the first village where you can only walk, no cars allowed. La Cumbrecita is another town that was founded by Europeans. This one in 1934. It was founded by 2 European brothers, and they're the ones who planted all the pine trees in the area, making this essentially an alpine forest now. Just like Belgrano, La Cumbrecita has all those Swiss and German vibes. There are a few different hikes around this area, like Peñón del Águila. There's a little river place called La Olla, like the pot, where it's kind of like a pot of water, and a few others. So I have about 6 hours here, so I'm just gonna wander around to each of those and see what kind of nature I can get up to in this area. Okay, well, this is Mirador Cerro Cumbrecita, which means lookout. It only took like 5 minutes to walk up here from the main road, so it's not that high up, but a lot of trees. It's becoming fall, so it's nice to see the different colors of all the trees. Well, the signs seem to be pretty well marked in this area. Sometimes it gets confusing, but there are mostly signs everywhere. I'm on the way right now to Cascada Grande, the big waterfall, and according to the sign, it's about 30 minutes from here where I turned off to go through this path. Let's go see the waterfall and see how big it is. There's definitely some big steps and steep parts on this trail, but I do hear water, so I know I'm getting closer. Made it! Well, that's Cascada Grande, so let's go see what the rest of La Cumbrecita has to offer today. It's La Olla right behind me, the pot. This area is much calmer than Cascada Grande. There's nobody swimming. It's a little quieter.
you can hear the sounds of the water a lot better. It's really nice, it's relaxing here. Well, that was super annoying. I was flying my drone and someone's dog came over and started barking. The battery was getting low, and because the dog was going to bite it, I couldn't land it, and it crash landed. The battery ran out. Nobody was calling this dog. I'm so frustrated. I'm going to keep walking to try to get out of my bad mood. Before I could really go any further, I needed snacks. There were no restaurants in this area. It seemed the few that exist weren't open, so I found a market to get something. So at least this is something. Then I'll continue on to the Lago de las Truchas, I think it's called. With a snack, I'm less hangry. So let's continue. This area by Lago de las Truchas is really fun because they have these really big rocks, and so you can just kind of walk down where the river would be normally and just walk all along these rocks. There's people having picnics and hanging out, reading books. It's a very, very cool little spot. Easy to get to as well. I'm walking up to Cerro Wank now, the Wank Peak. I'm not gonna make it to the top for sure. I just ran into these two super nice Brazilians, and they told me it took them just over an hour to reach the top, maybe an hour and a half. I don't really have that much time left, so I'm just gonna walk up as far as I can, see what I can see, just to have a better view of the city, and then I'll head back down, but at least I can see a little bit. Admittedly, I did not get very far up the mountain. I was still pretty tired from the hike yesterday, and more than anything, I was thirsty and hungry, and I just wanted to relax. So I walked back down to the main pueblito, and I'll be here until the bus leaves. It's been an amazing day today in La Cumbrecita. The weather is perfect, everyone is friendly. The provincia of Cordoba has so much to offer. If you want to see my day trip on the Tren de las Sierras, just click here. Why not?